Man, what a show we had that day. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. It's Hitman Cause, and welcome to your official review for NXT Vengeance Day. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the co-host of the contracts, the humble man Gary. Gary, welcome to the contracts.
Yes, sir. My man's called Peyton. What's goody, y'all? What's goody, my nigga?
Not much, man. You ready to get into this?
Yes, sir. Let's do this shit like Brutus, you know it.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to start things off, we had Wesley versus Dijak for the NXT North American title, and did I call it or what, man? I said that even though he isn't Keith Lee, Wesley was gonna be able to put on a banger of a match with Dijak, and this did not disappoint.
Oh yeah, man, it didn't disappoint. That was a great match.
And honestly, like, oh my god, I don't know how many times my heart was racing during this match with all the false finishes and close calls and devastating moves. This shit was wild, man.
Yeah, it really was.
And hell, it even got to the point where I'd see Wesley do a crazy enough move, and then I'm trying to think back, freaking better yet, when Wesley hit him with this top. It looked like the floating bro, but anyways, he hit him with it after he fell off, and I thought it was over there, but no, he's still kicked out. Like, I was wondering, what the hell does Wesley got to do to take this guy down?
Same here, yo.
But
I was wondering that same shit.
Yeah, but first off, I definitely gotta thank Triple H and Shawn Michaels for bringing Dijak back to NXT and returning him to his former glory.
Oh yeah, that's a fact, man.
Because once again, he's a fucking badass, and an unstoppable badass at that.
Oh word.
And you know, I couldn't help but notice that because it was countered, you know, Wesley, Dijak never hit Feast Your Eyes.
Oh word, you never did.
But even still, there was such devastating moves, man. First off, that discus big boot that Dijak hit. Oh my god, he freaking tore Wesley's head off with that shit.
Oh word, man. Yeah, he did. Oh my lord, he did.
But you know, as the match was coming towards the end, you called it, you know, and Tony D'Angelo interfered.
Yeah, man, I said that same thing. I called it right when I seen it.
Yep, because Wesley was trapped on the chair because Dijak stuck a broom over Wesley, so he couldn't get out. Which, I mean, as far as upper body goes, he could have still probably blocked some shots, but other than that, he was defenseless.
Yeah, that's right.
And only God knows how devastating that moonsault would have been if Tony D'Angelo was not there.
That's right.
And honestly, that moonsault probably would have been the nail in the coffin before Dijak would hit Feast Your Eyes.
Exactly.
But either way, the distraction worked and did its job, which allowed Wesley to hit that what you call it, back handspring kick, something like that.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what to call it,
that's a fact. Yeah.
but either way, he hit it, yeah, and allowed him to get the pinfall victory. Now, now this match, I I didn't think it was gonna happen again, but somehow NXT managed to have a banger of a match that was so good that despite my pick not winning, freaking, I was still greatly satisfied with the match.
Oh yeah, same here. Same here. Satisfied with the match. I wanted either one, honestly speaking. I really thought Dijak was gonna be the one to win, but I was shocked that Wesley won. I'm glad he won. I would have been glad for either pick though.
But I'll tell you what, with Tony D'Angelo interfering, this helps Dijak look strong in defeat, showing that Wesley couldn't beat Dijak without help.
Oh yeah, that is correct.
So there's that.
Yep, that's right. That is right.
Yep. Moving on, we have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter defending the women's NXT Tag Team titles against Fallon Henley and Kiana James.
That's right.
And this match was all right. I really didn't expect much, mainly because you got a dysfunctional tag team along with a very tag team that they're trying to make people think they're better than they really are. But I'm not fooled. But
I feel you perfectly. I mean, honestly speaking, that title change, I really didn't see that happening. I wonder if there's going to be a rematch this Tuesday on NXT.
Well, personally, I'm glad the title switched hands because, like I said, their reign was mediocre. Like, I literally compare it to Dean Ambrose's reign as United States champion, where it was a long reign, but they hardly defended the titles. And when they did defend them, you barely remember them.
Oh man.
But and I thought it was pretty funny the way that they lost the titles. But then again, considering that Kiana James, I'd say at this point I wouldn't say she's heel. I'd say she's more of a tweener now. But I expected it, to which Fallon Henley had Caden Carter in a pinning predicament, and then ref counted one, and then as he counted two, Kiana James was over by the apron and reached over held down Kiana's legs so she couldn't kick out. But at the same time, the ref couldn't see what Kiana was doing, so he counted two, counted three, and there it was.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, I agree.
And like Booker usually says when it comes to heels cheating, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, And when it comes to championships, you got to do what you got to do.
Right, exactly.
But aside from this win, first off, congratulations to Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Personally, part of me thinks what might happen is that once Fallon Henley looks back at the match, she might get mad at Kiana for cheating.
Oh yeah.
Because if you remember that when they had their first tag team together, they did win the match. However, Kiana cheated there too, and Fallon wasn't down with that.
That's true.
But eventually she got over it.
So, yeah, exactly.
But also after this, there's been speculation that there's a chance that Katana Chance and Caden Carter might be getting called up.
Oh yeah, that too.
And when it comes to the women's tag division, you know, another women's tag team is definitely what this division needs because aside from Damage Control, there is no women's tag teams.
Yeah, that's right.
Because because I mean, even though she came back, she hasn't been on TV. We, and I'm talking about Nia Jax, because like maybe she could reunite with Shayna Baszler, but considering how they split, either there has to be them just letting bygones be bygones, or they're gonna act like it never happened.
Right.
As far as Shayna breaking her arm,
Oh yeah.
because
That's crazy.
if I'm not mistaken, they are two-time tag team champions. So if they were to challenge Io and Dakota for the titles and win, they'd be three-time, tying I th- tying I think Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss for the most reigns.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
But but I'm going too far off Keister. But yeah.
Yeah, that's all good.
Moving on, we had Carmelo Hayes against Apollo Crews in a 2 out of 3 falls match. First off, man, I need to give a big shout out to that boy Trick Willie, that man Trick Williams, giving such a great introduction to Carmelo Hayes, acknowledging acknowledging all of Melo's accomplishments before introducing the man himself.
Oh yeah. That's fact.
And
That shit right there was man.
yeah, and then and and needless to say that this match was so great, they
Yeah, it was.
they both brought it. I honestly didn't think much going into this 2 out of 3 falls match, because normally when it comes to a 2 out of 3 falls match, you know what usually happens didn't happen here, because
Exactly.
when it came to getting the first decision, it pretty much took a majority of the match. Whereas like
Right.
normally, um, yeah, whereas like normally when a 2 out of 3 falls match happens, the what's his face, the it, they usually get like the first fall or decision like mad quick, yo. Whether it be like
Exactly.
a pinfall, or like somebody uh purposely get himself disqualified, or whatever case may be. But nah, yo, they literally went the distance for the first fall, and I was actually surprised. Freaking first off, this boy Mello hit Air Mystico and then turned it into the crossface,
Yeah, man.
and then to my shock, Apollo tapped. I did not see that coming.
Neither did I.
I like I did not expect him to tap, man, but there it was.
Right.
And then, in the closing moments of the match, uh Trick Williams decided to give a little bit of insurance because he wanted because he I think he brought a chair into the ring, and then while he did that, uh, he got he did get attacked by Apollo Crews, and then also the former Commander Aziz. Now he's now back under his old ring name Dabakato.
Yeah, man, that shocked the shit out of me when I saw him come.
Yeah, and at first it looked as if he was on Apollo's side, attacking Trick Williams the way he did, and then but the thing was when he dapped up Apollo Crews, that was the distraction. That distraction was what cost uh Apollo the second fall and the match, because then because Mello knocked him down, hit him with nothing but net, and then won the match in a 2-0 sweep.
Right.
And honestly, it's been a long time before I've seen a 2-0 sweep in a 2 out of 3 falls match, man. Normally it
That's
goes.
a fact.
Normally they both get a fall before the third fall happens, man. But nah, this was a sweep, bro. And
Yeah, man.
now, personally, given what's gonna happen later on in the show, let's not spoil it just yet. The sweep was a great idea because it further legitimizes Carmelo Hayes as if he wasn't already legitimate. But yeah,
Word, that's a fact.
and uh, and now and now with Apollo in the rearview mirror, because now what happened after the match was that Dabakato got into the ring, and then he gave Apollo a hug before headbutting him and beating the crap out of him. So now what this does
Yeah,
is
I
now,
seen that coming. Sorry to cut you.
yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, I
But
saw that coming.
yeah, but now this puts Apollo in his rearview mirror, and now he can look ahead to greener pastures. But
Oh yeah,
but we're gonna get into that a little later. Up
right.
up next, we had the New Day defending the NXT Tag Team titles against Pretty Deadly, Chase U, and Gallus. Now, I'm gonna get this out the way. This match started off pretty slow. I was pretty disappointed that in this match starting off.
Right.
However, they quickly turned things around. Oh my god. They turned things around. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Like it seemed like almost out of nowhere, like this shit was like 1,000 miles an hour. People were hitting off big moves. Yo, I'll admit I thought it was funny when I think Gallus was ready to use the announce table. However, they got stopped, and then Pretty Deadly repaired the table.
Oh yeah. That was funny.
But it didn't do any good because once Duke Hudson had a bit of a surge, he Pretty Deadly wanted to put him through the table.
Right, that's a fact.
But they all were doing great, and actually loved some of the great spots, like the one spot where Andre Chase did a Tower of Doom with everybody
Oh, word.
while he was in the ring, and then when they were out of the ring, um I think I think I'm trying to think, one of them hit a dive on all of them. Uh,
Exactly.
and then after that and then after the dive, they were all still fighting over in the spot. To which then Andre Chase, actually, yeah, I, to which Andre Chase hit a superplex onto everybody, and I think he might have messed up his shoulder while doing it.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, that's crazy.
But either way, it was wild. Um, then to the closing moments of the match, what's his face? Uh, Pretty Deadly hit Kofi with spilled milk. But then, while they were celebrating, Gallus hit their finisher onto, I think, Xavier Woods to win the titles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Gallus boys are back on top.
Oh yeah,
My
that's a spot.
my prediction thankfully came true. It's GBOT once again. And
Oh yeah.
and now they can once again go back to dominating the tag team division just like they dominated the NXT UK tag division. It's GBOT. I cannot stress that enough, ladies and gentlemen. Gallus boys on top. And y'all better get used to it and sit back, relax, and enjoy, cause it's their kingdom.
That's right.
But I will say this, you know, because Thea Hale was there for Chase U, what I would have really liked is that during the spot where they were all in the when they were all fighting each other on the outside, I would have loved for her to hit a diving move on all of them.
Oh word.
Cause, just because of how hyped up and energetic she always is, I just think it would have been a good idea, you know.
That's a fact.
Because I mean, it was no DQ, so why not get her involved?
Exactly.
But it is what it is. It was still a great match.
Oh yeah, it was.
Moving on, we had Roxanne Perez defending the NXT Women's title against Toxic Attraction. Now,
Oh yeah.
immediately in the match, of course, it was a handicap match, but but eventually, JC wound up attacking Gigi. Then when Gigi came to, she then attacked JC. Then they got to scrapping before they went back to fighting Roxanne. She was able to fight him off for a good minute, but a good amount of time. Just the numbers game was just too much, but she was doing it.
Oh yeah.
Then um, then of course there was a spot that I wasn't expecting where they brought out a table, much to the crowd's delight, and set it up. And initially, what it looked like they were going to do was that they were going to put Roxanne through the table, but she fought it off and actually knocked Gigi Dolan through the table, and then hit JC Jane with a super pop rocks, the sunset flip power bomb from the top rope to retain the title. Now, let me say this. See, if she would do her finisher like this, then it would actually look devastating.
Exactly.
See, that's why in this case, her finisher actually looked like it could do damage. Whereas when she normally does pop rocks, she just, in my opinion, just doesn't execute it as good as you know you'd expect a quote unquote prodigy to do.
Exactly.
Because like I see Zelina Vega performing the move. Of course, she calls it Code Red, but still, it's still the same move. But she performs it a lot better, and she's smaller than Roxanne. You know,
That's right.
like honestly, she needs a different finisher.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know what she can get, but she needs a new one.
I got you. What are the bigs you deal with that?
Uh, and
That showed you to the triple threat match, right?
yeah,
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it was good though. I mean, it was quite obvious Roxanne Perez was gonna win. But I feel what you're saying about her. I feel what you're saying. You say Roxanne needs a new finisher.
yeah,
Oh well, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, her finisher's okay though.
yeah, but she doesn't do it as good as she should. And like I said, considering that someone else on the main roster also does it and does it better, that's what it also makes it look worse.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, my boy.
And I still stick to what I said that Gigi Dolan should have won. But in my opinion, how it should have happened was that she should have pinned JC Jane.
Oh yeah, that'd have been interesting. That's a fact.
But you know, maybe Gigi will get another shot down the line.
Right.
Because as of now, I don't see anybody challenging. I can't think of any other person to challenge for the title at least now or now. You know, until they establish it and on NXT. You know.
Right.
Moving
Exactly.
on, yeah. Moving on, it's time for the main event: Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller for the NXT Championship in a steel cage match.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Yeah, man.
now you know this was brought upon because of the unfortunate screwy finish at the previous event where
Right.
you know freaking Grayson was probably in the driver's seat to win, but you know the faulty ring the faulty ring equipment gave out, knocked him out the ring, and you know we already talked about that. I thought first off, Grayson Waller's entrance was pretty interesting. Obviously, he was counting the chickens before it hatched. But
That's a fact.
you know, first off, he had all them baddies coming out with him, and then
Yeah. Facts.
and then like at first I was wondering what was the point of those shoes. Like, was he coming out in just his socks and then putting those on? But then you know, commentary explained why. You know, he was basically gonna do what he did at the other pay-per-view in which he earned, I mean at Deadline, where he earned the shot, where he drank from his shoe, where he was gonna drink from that shoe.
Oh yeah. That's a fact.
But yeah, and Braun's entrance was just as good, in which you know he was walking through a picture of Grayson Waller.
Right.
And hell, you know, as the match was underway, I found it interesting that the match couldn't be won by escaping the cage.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
So you know, Grayson Waller, you know, at first tried to run up the cage, even though it wouldn't have done him any good. And
Right.
towards then, they both went at it. He threw Grayson into the cage, into the cages and whatnot. But there was time. There was a time where he did create some good separation where it looked like he was trying to do his usual run out of the ring, but because he's in the cage, he couldn't do that. Then Braun tried to
Right.
Braun tried to spear him against the cage, but Waller ducked and he just head first into the cage.
Oh yeah, that is right. Yeah, that was crazy. The main event. Glad my boy Braun Breaker won. Like I said, man, yo,
I'm,
that was a good match.
I'm not even finished talking about it, man, and you're already talking about the result.
Oh my bad.
Come on, man, you jumping the gun, bro.
Oh my bad, bro. I didn't even mean to say so. I'm sorry. You can continue.
I mean, with what I was gonna say, I guarantee that you were gonna be able to add to it. But anyways,
All right, continue.
at first Braun was down, which then Grayson Waller got up to the top of the cage, and it looked like he was gonna do his usual under the legs dunk elbow drop. Which first off, which first off, I absolutely love that move. For like, I would he's the last person I expected to imitate a basketball player doing an under the legs dunk, and then turning it into an elbow drop. But I'm glad he does it. Only problem is he couldn't do it because Braun Breaker got up on his feet by the time he was at the top of the cage.
Right.
Then freaking Braun hit him with a sky-high superplex from the top of the cage. And then at that point, Waller lost. But however, Waller went out in the Blades of Glory. Where
Oh yeah, he did.
where Braun was yelling telling him, this is my NXT and whatnot. To which Waller pushed him and he pushed him and slapped him in the face. And he was like, "Come on."
Oh yeah.
So Waller showing still a bit of defiance before freaking Braun speared the shit out of him.
Oh yeah.
And I honestly compare that spear to when to when this time on Raw, I'm sure you remember, where Goldberg speared the living hell out of Christian.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, basically that. And like that, Braun Breaker won and retained the NXT title. And I will admit, at first I was disappointed because I wanted Grayson Waller to win. However, something happened after the match that brightened my mood. Where while Braun Breaker was on top of the cage celebrating, that man,
Right.
Carmelo Hayes, came out. Didn't say a word.
Oh yeah.
Didn't say a word, but he made it known that he is coming for that title.
Oh yeah, I'm here for this too, yo.
And I said before that if Waller wasn't gonna win, that Melo was coming for the NXT title. And
Word.
and I'm pretty sure the next NXT pay-per-view is Stand and Deliver. And that's
Yup.
gonna be the perfect spot for Melo to take his rightful place, where I guarantee they're gonna have a banger of a match. But as usual, Melo is not gonna miss, and he will win the NXT title. And honestly, I honestly feel that because of how great his matches have been, and this is no shade thrown to to Braun, but I honestly feel that Melo is bigger of a star than Braun Breaker. Sure, you
I
know.
feel you, bro.
Wait,
Sorry about that.
what you say?
Yes, I feel you perfectly. That next match, when they fight, I want either one to win. Love them both. I'm here for that match. Yo, book it. Yo, Shawn Michaels, book that shit, please.
Well, I mean, it's definitely gonna happen because Melo, you know, just because Melo didn't come out there for nothing.
Exactly.
Man, man, but yeah, like I said, sure, you know, Braun might be a second generational talent, and he's good, but I honestly feel that Melo is the biggest star in NXT right now.
Oh, I got you.
And when the lights are on bright at NXT Stand and Deliver, Melo is gonna shine brighter than he ever has in the past. Brighter than any of the times that he was NXT North American champion. He's gonna get the job done and win the NXT title. But also, what's gonna happen is that after he wins the title, that is gonna be Braun getting called up.
Oh yeah.
I just hope that when he gets called up, they don't mess him up.
Let's hope so too. That's a fact.
But you know, overall, this pay per view was crazy, man.
It
Well,
was.
now, as far as adrenaline inducing, I'd say it was about on the level of the Royal Rumble. I mean, Lord knows that once this pay per view was over, freaking my heart was still pumping, and I did not get any sleep at all. But then again, I work in the morning, so it's not like I needed it anyways. But still,
Right. Got you perfectly.
but you know, I definitely enjoyed this, and you know, of course, you know, WrestleMania season is in full effect.
Yeah, WrestleMania season in full effect. I enjoyed the pay-per-view myself, yo, and we'll be right back at y'all next week with another contract for the predictions for Elimination Chamber.
Next week? What?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. What the hell? When's the Elimination Chamber?
the 18th.
Get the fuck out.
Yup, yo, it's too fucking quick, right? Time is fucking flying a lot.
Wait a minute. If it's the 18th, wait, next week? Jesus Christ. Wow.
I know, right?
Oh my God. Well, hey, you know, Humble Man's always on this shit better than I am. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Man, yo, wow. All right, yeah. That's gonna do it for this episode of the contract. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man as usual for coming through, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yes, sir. You already know my man Cos Payton, of course, my nigga. You already know it.
And and you know, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit the like button, comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And y'all keep it, and like you said, y'all keep it locked for next week as we do hit y'all back with another contract for our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. Man. But until next time, you know, it's the Hitman and Hump Man, and we out. Peace.
Peace. We out this bitch, yo. We out this bitch. We'll be back at y'all right here, same time, same place, same channel next week for our predictions for Elimination Chamber. We out this bitch. Peace.